Hiya folks, welcome back for more. Let's play the Pandora Directive. So here we are at the dagger room, and if you'll notice, the little dot is off to the right. So have you been paying attention? It's important. The snake room had the dot at the bottom, the hatchet had the dot at its left, the wasp had the dot at its bottom, and this one has the dot at its right. This is important. You'll need to know this in a hurry later. But now let's go into the dagger room.
This looks like some kind of totem pole. Figure at the bottom may have been a sacrificial victim. This looks like some... This altar has 5 slots carved into the stone top. Looks like something needs to be inserted into the slots.
So, these symbols remind you of anything? Take a very good look.
This looks like some kind of totem pole. Figure at the bottom may have been a sacrificial victim.
Remember how I said you needed the matches and the black dagger? Well, if you don't have the black dagger, you can't get past this part of the puzzle, and you are stuck. So let's take a good hard look at our daggers again, shall we? That looks like the figure at the bottom. Let's see, where's the black one? The black one is the one on top.
This dagger has the black sun symbol engraved on it. Must be important.
And so on and so forth. You have the black sun, the moon, the stars, and the blood or the victim. So,
This altar has 5...
so let's start this puzzle. It's not timed. We just have to figure out how to put these in order to make the puzzle work. And if you notice, this totem pole had them lined up top to bottom, but this has them arranged left to right. Well, they've still got a top to bottom, with top, second, third, fourth, and fifth slots. So, we take the black sun, and that was obviously the first one. The second one from the top was this one. The third one from the top was the moon. The fourth one was the stars. And the fifth one was the blood. Or sacrificial victim, however you want to look at it.
No, there's nothing more I can do here. This could be nothing more than a large Mayan... This could be...
Now we are ready for the final room in this temple. Well, at least this section of it. So let's hustle. Now, if you recall all those different... which way do I want to go? Yeah, the black sun room works. Or the black... I think I have to leave the black sun door. No, we need to go this way. I think that's the only way to get to the Pentagon room. And we have our final door.
Aha, the Pentagon. I knew the military was involved in this.
Okay. Now, I won't have a lot of time to talk about it once I step into the room, but when I step into the room, the ceiling's going to start lowering on me. There's a panel off to the left that has the 5 symbols we've seen so far, and dots above them. We have to rotate the symbols so that the right part of the symbol is pointed at the dot. This is why I've said to pay attention to those dots the whole time. And, yeah, you gonna let me look at it again? Thank you. And this one, the Pentagon symbol has a dot on its left.
Aha.
So I need to do this kind of quickly. I don't have much time. But I will save, just in case I mess up. I shouldn't.
I'm just guessing here, but it looks like I'll need to rotate these symbols in a certain sequence. Colored dots must be the key. Uh-oh. Either I'm going through an unprecedented growth spurt or the ceiling is dropping. I'd better do something and quick.
Uh-huh. That's right. Okay. Okay.
I move the last symbol on the wall, and suddenly, the floor drops out from under me.
Which is supposed to happen.
Fancy meeting you here.
I could say the same thing.
Well, if I kept you waiting long.
Oh no, I just got here.
Regan, what the hell?
I guess I was supposed to be sitting back in my hotel room like a good little girl, right? Well, I'm sorry, it's just not in my nature to sit around and let someone else make my decisions for me. I mean, I wasn't gonna let you and those two doddering old fools ruin everything I ever worked for. Here we are sitting on the greatest discovery in the history of the world, and they say get rid of it. Get rid of it? Great idea. I mean, who cares how much it's worth? Who cares how great the technology is? Not just to us, but to everyone.
Didn't you hear what Fitzpatrick and Whit were saying? We destroy ourselves with this.
Well, maybe we are ready. I mean, why don't we give ourselves the benefit of the doubt? In the hands of someone like my father, this new technology could open doors we never even imagined.
The problem is, these things don't end up in the hands of people like your father. They never do.
Well, maybe we should try and find a way out of here, huh?
And now we're stuck in the puzzle with we're stuck in the last room of the temple. And we're kind of stuck here. Let's take a look around, shall we?
Looks like that opening is the only way we're gonna get out of here.
Hard to reach it, though.
This must be the way we got in here. But even if we could reach it, the tunnel's too steep to climb back through. The statue seems to be reaching toward the light from above. Seems to be about the only way out of here. Base under this statue doesn't look like it's going anywhere.
So now we gotta figure out what to do in here, huh?
These pedestals aren't set on the floor, but they seem to be sunken into the floor.
Which is your clue to move them, but they just kind of pop back up.
Some of these figures look like they're ascending to heaven. There must be details in these drawings that can help me figure something out.
And there is. Let's take a look at all of the drawings. You got 4 people standing around what looks like a broken statue on a pillar. Although I'm not sure if the broken is just, the fading and all that. But let's pay special attention to this one.
Most of the figures painted on the wall are in the same position as the statue.
You've got 4 people standing on pedestals, and the central column is skyrocketing up. That's your clue. We've got to weigh down all 4 of these little pedestals here, and then that central base will spring up. But how do we do that? I mean, it's not like we can move this statue the way it's set up. But we can talk to Regan.
Maybe Regan can help me figure. So have you got any ideas?
Not at the moment. I was just looking at those holes at the top of the chamber, but even if we could reach them, they're way too small for us to get through. Let's keep looking.
Pessimistic one there, Regan.
Maybe Regan.
I don't know. Maybe we could move that statue and climb out the way we came in.
You got anything that could help us?
Did you look in my backpack? I got some rope.
Let's keep annoying her.
Look, help me out here, huh?
You're the PI.
But she isn't going to be any more helpful than that. But she did provide us with a backpack, which gives us rope. Now she suggested moving the statue. Well, since we have rope, we could actually pull the statue down, maybe?
It's too heavy for me to do by myself. I could use a little help here.
Move aside, honey. I'll move it.
Please, over here. Now. There it goes.
Excuse me, had a little coughing fit when I went to go drink something and went down the wrong hole. Yeah, wrong pipe. The wrong hole would be interesting too.
Any ideas?
No, sorry.
See, that's as far as she's helpful with. But let's take a look at the pieces we've got here.
Yeah, the statue's broken into large fragments, but they're still too heavy to lift. The fragment from the statue has a good-sized crack in it. If I could break this thing into 2 pieces, they'd be small enough so I could lift them. Yeah, the statue's broken into large fragments, but they're still too heavy to lift.
Okay.
The fragment from the statue has a good
And I'm having
sized
trouble
crack
now
in
with
it.
I took that drink and
If I
it
could
sent
break
me
this
into a
thing into
coughing
2
spasm.
pieces, they'd be small enough so I could lift them.
But there's your clue that we need to break this into 2 separate pieces, so that we can put 1 piece each on 2 pedestals, and then we can weigh the other 2 down ourselves. But how are we going to break it apart? We don't exactly have much. So let's make some very, very primitive gunpowder and explosive, shall we? First, we need gunpowder. And the way we get gunpowder is from the bullets. I think we use the jackknife with the bullets. The first time the jackknife's been used all game. And then we take a look at it, and we can get all the gunpowder out of the bullets. Then we take this gunpowder, we put it in the bowl, excuse me, and we have primitive explosive. So then we take the hemp cord, because we don't want to be standing there and light it just like that. We take the hemp cord, soak it in lantern fuel, use up the last of our lantern fuel, and we get a fuse. We take the fuse, we mix it with the explosive. Now we have a primitive explosive and a fuse, and we save. Because let's face it, we're playing with explosives now, again. We combine the primitive explosive with the matchbox. And now that it's lit, we hit resume, we hit use, and use it.
Well, that won't work.
There. And now we have 2 pieces that we can
This
get.
fragment looks just small enough for me to pick it up.
Grab,
This fragment looks just small enough for me.
and we grab. Now, we can take fragment 1, use it, and then to cue the end game sequence, we will take fragment number 2, or fragment number 1 in this case, and use it. But before I do that, this next sequence takes over 20 minutes. So, I'm going to cut the video here, and instead of just jumping straight into the ending, when I return, I'll be back with something slightly different. So, take care, folks. See you next time.